welcome back to my channel. My name's Asha and today I am going to be doing this scary Halloween look. This is a possessed angel or the devil inside me or a fallen angel, whatever you want to call it. Basically, I'm creating the horn out of some clay firstly, and you want to do this a few hours before you actually do your makeup because you'll need the clay to be set. You can get clay that sets in the oven or air dries, whatever's easiest for you. And I'm just basically rolling it through my fingers and creating a nice shape that fits on my forehead well. And you want to make sure that you are creating a nice base as well. It almost looks like a witch's hat. Think of a witch's hat, and that's the kind of shape you want to have, so it's got a nice bend to it as well. And then you want to use a knife or whatever tool you have to create some engravements throughout it. Go hard on some parts and softer on others. Just be, uneven with it. It doesn't need to look perfect. That's what you want it to look imperfect, definitely. So yeah, make your way up the horn. And yeah, now I'm going to use my fingers to create a little bit more shape and texture. And that's it. Just going to let that sit and air dry. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some latex. So obviously I've already done one layer. I just wanted to show you guys how to do this. I'm using my finger. You can use a brush, but it does ruin your brushes, just so you know. So I'm using my finger because I find it much easier and it comes right off. So yeah, just pat it on and get it slightly down the end. You don't want to make it too wide. So yeah, just bring it slightly down to the bottom. And then you want to do that 3 to 4 times until it's nice and dry. So repeat that over a few times. Okay guys, getting to the next part, I'm just using some white eyeliner just to create a shape of where I want to put everything that's going to be the devil. So it doesn't have to be perfect, just so you know where to put your foundation. Now I'm going to go ahead and color correct. Obviously you don't have to do this part if you already have amazing skin tone underneath, but I certainly need to do this. Just blending it out with a concealer brush by Real Techniques. Now I'm using my Double Wear foundation by Estee Lauder, and I'm mixing it in with Hyper Real foundation by MAC, and that's going to give my skin a really nice luminous glow, just like an angel would have. I'm just pressing this in with a brush from Real Techniques. This is the Expert Face Brush. I love it. Now I'm using my Makeup Revolution concealer. This is the Conceal and Define, and I'm using number C8. And I'm just pressing that in with the setting brush by Real Techniques. Now I'm going to go ahead and set that all with my LA Girl Pro powder in Banana Yellow. And then I'm using this Bobbi brown powder as well. Everything will be written down below if you guys are curious as to what I used. But obviously, do your normal routine. This part is all very much just simple. I'm just going to put on some blusher now. This is from Tom Ford. I really like this blusher. And it's nice and pink, which I thought was perfect for this look. So keeping it really, really bright on the apples of my cheeks and then blending it out. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the brighter part, the topper, and put that to give my skin some glow. Now I'm just going to contour around my cheeks. I'm going to really lift and go around the cheeks in a nice circular motion to make it look nice and happy. And then on the other side, I'm contouring downward to look skinny and gaunt. Cool. Now I'm just going to contour my nose. I am not a professional at this, but anyway, I wanted to contour it. So just taking your time and contour your nose the way you like. I'm going to go ahead and highlight my nose with a little bit of Bobbi Brown highlight in Moon Glow, and I'm just making sure it's looking nice and glowy and sharp. Now I'm just going to use this powder by Estee Lauder. It's a highlighting brightening powder, and it also blurs the skin. It's amazing. So I'm using the highlighter part on the high points of my face, and yeah, just making my skin nice and glowy. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows. So I'm using this Anastasia brow pen. It is in Universal brown, I think, or universal color. It's really easy to use, just like a pen. I was thinking about doing my eyebrows white. I don't know if I should have or shouldn't have. I really don't know, but I kind of wanted my eyebrows to look the same color, so yeah. And now I'm just setting my eyebrows with a little bit of Brow Volumizing Tint by Estee Lauder. And now it's time for my lips. So I'm just going to line my lips with the Estee Lauder Double Wear Lip Pencil in pink and just create a really nice, easy, natural shape. And then I'm just going to use the color in Synch by MAC, and it's really, really pale pink. and I'm using that right in the center of my lips, and then I'm using the color Heroine, which is a little bit darker, more fuchsia pink on the other sides, just to create some dimension in my lips and make them look a little bit more pouty and girly. And then I'm just using the Synch just to kind of blend everything together. And now I'm using this Estee Lauder lipstick in Crazy Beautiful in the Pure Color Love collection, and I'm just going to create a nice plump lip. I'm just going to put on some lip gloss as well. This is by Bare Minerals, and it's like super holographic, and I thought it was a perfect match for this look. And now I'm going to use this Estee Lauder eye pencil, and this is just to create the nice outline of the tear that's opening up to show the devil inside. So I'm making it look like my skin has been torn and kind of ripped open, or is being, you know, torn and almost trying to stick down, if that makes sense. You'll kind of see what I mean, obviously, at the end. By the way, ignore my blue eyeshadow on the other side. I tried to make an angel look, and I think I went too far with the blue, so I ended up actually taking it off and simplifying the eyes a little bit more, but totally up to you. You could do blue. It just kind of looked weird with the red at the end. You'll see. I'm just going to use this NYX eye pencil in white, and I'm just going around the edges to create some dimension. So taking my time with this and really fluffing it out so it doesn't look overly harsh, and I'm not drawing it on straight with the pencil. I'm using my brush from the pencil, that way it will look nice and soft. And then I'm using the Estee Lauder Double Wear eye pencil in Onyx, and that's just going all around the edges to fill everything in and darken it all up. And yeah, just take your time with this. This is the detailed part. You know, you're just going to create some depth and make everything look like it's, you know, falling, the skin's falling in a little bit. So yeah, take your time, sharpen your pencil when needed, you know, all of that. Once you've done all that, you can use a lip pencil to create a little bit more of a redness in the black. So this is by Estee Lauder. It's a red lip pencil and a double wear formula, so it's super long wearing once it's dry. And I'm just basically blending that into the black and creating some nice depth between the two of them. And so it doesn't look harsh between the red and the black. And I found the pencil worked really well as opposed to using a paint, which you will see me use soon. Now I'm going to go ahead and put that through my eyebrows, and that's just going to thicken and darken my eyebrows and create some shape without actually using an eyebrow pencil. Naturally, I've got black hair, obviously, so maybe add some dimension in if you need to. So yeah, just going around the edges and making sure that's all blended with the black, and that'll create a really nice beginning for everything. And then I'm just using a bit of black to create some more dimension again. Now I'm going to go ahead and use this red from my Makeup Forever Flash palette and filling everything else in. And as you can see, this red is a lot brighter than the lip pencil, which works really well together. Once that's all filled in, I'm just going to put the red lip pencil in my eye waterline. Obviously do that at your own risk because it's not eye safe. They haven't been tested for that area. I was totally fine though. And then of course I'm just darkening up my roots of my lash line at the top there too. Now I'm just using this blush palette. I always pull it out in Halloween. It's just one of those cheap palettes. And I'm just using a red to kind of press everything in and set it all together. And then I'm just going to do my eyeshadow with this Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm using the color Jax in the crease of the eye and really creating a big open-eyed shape, and then also winging that out so it looks really fierce and strong and bold. I found this really easy to blend as well, super quick. So I'm putting that underneath my eye as well and just, yeah, blending that right through. And then I'm going to go ahead and take Hunts, and that's just going straight on the lid just to make it a little bit brighter there. And then I'm using this Bobbi Brown eyeshadow in Sunbeam, and I'm just putting that all over the eyes and really making my eyes look super glowy and vibrant and amazing. Love it. Just taking some eyeliner now, and I'm just going to wing out my eyes. So really taking my time with this and creating a nice elongated shape. I want it to look really big, really long, and really straight. So I just want it to look fierce and crazy bold. And notice the other eye looking terrible with the red. So yeah, I will be getting rid of that very soon. Taking the color Chip, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some definition around the edges of the torn skin and just pulling everything through and making it look nice and, I don't know, dimensional. Time for the other eye. I'm taking the color Silk Cream, and I'm putting that through my crease as a transition shade and all the way underneath as well. And then I'm taking the colour in light with my finger and pressing that all over my eyelid just to create a nice white, you know, shape around the eye. And then taking the colour beam with a brush to really carve out the crease. Obviously I don't want it to look too sharp, so I'm just blending it through with my finger. Now I'm taking the colour Sissy, which is this beautiful warm pink shade that has a lot of gold through it, and putting that all over the outside of the eyelid. And then I'm taking Chip again and putting that underneath the eye to blend that through. And I'm also putting it on the top lid as a base to my eyeliner. And this will create some shadow with the white eyeliner I'm about to do, and it will make it look more dimensional. So I'm using this NYX eyeliner, and it's just going to create a really nice, beautiful shape. Just really, really, really little though, not as fierce as the other side. I wish I didn't get on my lashes, that was really hard to remove. Anyway, I'm using this Moonchild palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills now, and I'm taking Blue Ice, which is in the palette, and putting that all over my face basically. I want it to look super, super bright. Now I'm taking the Stila Liquid Glitter. It's amazing. It's in Sea Siren. So I'm just basically creating a really nice shape in my inner crease and just blending that out and kind of wisping it out towards the middle. And it's just going to open my eye up. Putting it in the inner corner as well. And then I'm just going to put this Bobbi Brown eyeshadow on top. This is in the same formula as the other side, but the color is in Moonstone. And then I'm using the NYX Jumbo Pencil in my waterline just to make my eyes look bigger. Now it's time to do the horn on the other side. So I'm just going to set the liquid latex with a little bit of high definition powder. And this will just make sure that everything isn't going to be too sticky. And then you're just going to pull it off. So weird. And then you're just going to powder the inside as well. So I'm going to use it inside out, totally up to you, but that way it's going to be way more textured. And then I'm just going to cut the edges so that it's going to be easy to stick on and not cover up my eyebrow. And I'm just using a little bit of cotton wool just to make sure it's nice and hard. And then I'm taking a little bit of duo glue and going to stick that on my head in place. There you go. Hold that on until it's dry and press it down to make sure it's flat on there. And then I'm just going to use some liquid latex now around the edges, and this time I used a brush, and yes, this brush is now ruined. Let me know in the comments below if you know how to get latex out of synthetic brushes. Just press that around the edges to really hide that edge, and you can do that a few times if you like, totally up to you. Now I'm just taking the red from my Flash palette again and just filling everything in. And I forgot to show you, but I do set it with some powder as well from that same blush palette. Then I'm just going to set my horn around the edges. I probably should have done that before I did the red, but anyway. Just the edges of the latex, setting that again. And then I'm taking black from my Flash palette. And I'm just going to create some dimension and shadow around the base of my horn. And blend that all the way around. Now I'm just going to mix the brown and the yellow and the white and colour in the horn. This part was a little bit hard. I kind of wish I painted it beforehand, in all honesty, so I think I'd recommend you paint it before. But anyway, I'm just taking a little bit of the brown now and creating a little bit more depth and dimension and just, yeah, blending everything through. So really, it's just a mixture of those kind of colours. And then I'm just going to add a bit of black now as I get closer to the bottom and just colour in the bottom. And I'm feathering it upwards so it catches some of that texture that's all over the horn. You could also make the horn look red too if you'd rather, like totally up to you. Okay, taking a bit more of the black, and then I'm just going to put that around the edges and really blend that up. This has just got a little bit of white with it as well, just to make it more grey, and yeah, just blending that all the way up. Taking a little bit more of that flesh colour I started off with, just to blend it through and give it some dimension. Now I'm using this eye pencil again just to blend out the edges. This is in Smoke, so it's not quite black. It's more grey, but yeah, just to give it some dimension. And then using the red lip pencil around the edges as well, just to, yeah, really make sure everything's nice and blended. Now it's time for lashes, so pop those on. Oh, looking good. And then I'm just going to use these little wee beads, or whatever you want to call them. They look like pearls. They're really pretty. And I'm just going to put them all over my face, wherever I felt like it. Totally up to you if you want to add that on. And then I'm using that same eyeshadow that I used in my inner corner from the Bobbi Brown, and I'm putting that on my cheekbones because it's super glittery. That's it. This is my outfit. I look like an angel. Woohoo! I'm just going to add a little bit of this onto my lips, which is what I used on my eyes before, just to make them look a little bit more in unison and give it some brightness. And I put the stone from my lip to the middle part of my Cupid's bow. I think that's it. Woohoo! Oh, my contact lenses. 2 minutes. And we are done. Happy Halloween, you guys. Stay safe. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. See you next time.